Oh my God, did you turn the air off? It is so hot in here.
Duh, the power is off. We lost power this morning, remember?
We did.
But who cares? Because we're sitting out here relaxing.
In the Keys.
In the paradise. So who cares how the air conditioner's running? Who cares if we have power in the house?
So that got us thinking. We have a generator, so for us it was just as simple as we turn the generator on
And fire everything up.
and everything goes back to working. And most of you, I'm going to assume,
Well, I did have to think of one thing. I had to make sure I had gas.
yes, so there's that. And I think most people have, I know there's a lot of, I guess I shouldn't even say most, a lot of you will have fridges and hot water heaters that will run on gas or electric. So that could be as simple as switch it to gas only.
Residential doesn't do that.
Residential doesn't work that way. So then you're dependent on what? Your batteries, I guess.
So
So
do you have a strong enough battery? Do you have enough batteries in your battery bank? Is your battery even new? When's the last time you changed your battery?
the thing is this, people, so we are not full-time, but pretty close to being on the road all the time. And again, we have the toy hauler, so we have a generator, so it'll run no matter what. Like provided we have gas and the and the gas tank, the generator will run, and that's okay. We have friends that are with us, however, that they have the gas electric fridge and they switched it to gas, but then there was a concern that
Do they have enough propane now to make it through the outage? Because first of all, we have no idea how long the power is going to be out.
Yeah, there's a power, something further, I don't know if it was north or south of here. Anyway, there's a couple islands out of power, so
It might be out 5 minutes, it might be out 10 hours, who knows?
So when you're hitting the road, something that you should think of, because Tuesday Tips for RVers is all about tips that we share with you, whether they be just something cool that we found out or a neat little gadget. We thought today might be a good opportunity to share with you all that being prepared doesn't always mean what you think. So for us, it's not really, we don't really think about that. But for our friends who are here that don't have a generator, they were afraid they'd run out of propane, and then their refrigerator wouldn't work, and something else was running off their battery.
We were struggling there to try to figure out whether or not we were able to plug their camper, drop it down from 50 to 110 to plug it in our camper, so they can at least have enough power to run keep their refrigerator cold. So thank goodness they had enough gas.
They had enough gas, and then in like the battery thing, that's a thing too, because like they have an annual site, so they don't travel as much as they used to, and so they don't need their batteries so much. They don't like use them for that because it just sits. So
how old is your battery, and how long are you getting out of your batteries?
Right, like do you even think about that? Do you think about checking that battery? I don't think most people do. I know we don't really check on it like we should, because we know we've got the generator as a backup.
But we still have to have enough battery power to start the generator too.
Right, there's that. And does the like the hot water heater or whatever, if the flame goes out, does it need the battery to ignite?
It needs a little bit of battery for us to ignite our hot water heater.
So again, your battery is going to be kind of important, and I think that's probably something that goes unchecked by a lot of people. So your tip is, if you're going to be traveling, you don't think about that, or we didn't. You don't think so much about the power going out, but
we've been a lot of places this year. The power has gone out, and the power goes out, and once that power goes out, July time frame, you're going, it's hot.
It's hot. And if you don't have a generator, and like you could go outside, but if you have pets, they could get overheated. Like, it's kind of a big deal, and it's something to think about. So our friends are talking about getting just a small generator to carry with them in the future.
So for their tips, what kind of generators are you guys using? Because ours are on board. So it's there, it's ready to go. I don't have to worry about the noise. It's pretty quiet. I fill up my gas tanks. I have 2 30-gallon tanks. I don't have to worry about running out of fuel anytime soon. And like I said, they're looking for a generator to carry along. So what are you carrying? How much wattage are you carrying? What are you powering up? What are you using? So
I think a lot of people talked about Honda generators, and then they said they're really expensive. But then there's a
Predator generator.
That's like a Harbor Freight thing, which is less expensive. And a lot of people are saying they're really great. They're just a little bit noisier. So
I heard one today. It was pretty quiet.
So what's your experience? Do you have like the Honda? Do you have the Predator?
Westinghouse? What
do you have
it
on board? Like,
but
what do you have, and what do you like, and What do you not like about it?
Now that we're on this power thing, I did think about something today while we didn't have power. We've been in campgrounds many times where they've had to cut the water off to fix a leak where somebody ran over one of the water spigots and the water was shooting out of the ground. So they had to cut our water off.
And they're not really good all the time about letting you know they're going to cut it off. They just cut it off and you go to the faucet and there's no water.
This year I've learned something that hopefully this will help you guys.
Another little tip.
I always carry a little bit of water in our tanks. You know, we carry 100 gallons of fresh most of the time now anyway, but at least when you get to the campground, if you guys are just weekenders or you're just out for a couple of days, put 30, 40 gallons of water in your tank.
In your fresh tank.
In your fresh tank. Because when they cut that water off, it could be off for hours. I mean, we've had...
We were there, it was off all day one day. We were getting ready to, I think I was getting ready to take a shower and I went in, there's no water. And then somebody comes by and says, oh yeah, they had a water break down there. They're going to have it out for a while. They don't know when it's going to be back on. Well,
so I would say 99% of the campers do have a fresh water tank. So all you do is flip your little switch, turn your water on, take a shower, do whatever you need to do. We don't normally drink the water out of the campground anyway, so it's just for washing dishes.
It's just great for that kind of thing. And then, you know, when it gets to be the end of the weekend, or like if you're leaving on Sunday and you haven't used it,
pull the valve and dump it.
Either pull the valve and dump it, or just go ahead and run it through. Use it Saturday evening. You know, use it to wash dishes.
Our last day we're there, we'll use all the water that's in it. And if we're traveling to another campground, we'll go ahead and put some more water in it so it's fresh.
Keep a little bit in. That way along
the road,
One more tip, if
you have to go to the bathroom,
emergency situation, you don't have to stop at the
truck
stop
have to be emergency.
or the gas station. You can just pull over in a parking lot.
You can stop at the rest area if you want. You don't have to walk all the way into the bathroom.
You don't have to use their nasty bathroom.
You just use yours. So there's 3 tips for you guys. Basically, there, carry some water.
Carry some water, keep it good, and let me just put a plug in for keep a check on your tires too. I know that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it's always good. It doesn't, but it's always good. Like our friends that are traveling, that theirs is usually parked. That was something we did say before they left. Like check and make sure your tires are good, because if it stays parked a lot and you don't take big trips,
they could be brand new tires that have been sitting for 2 years, and it's time to get new ones.
They get like dry rotted and they get gross, and then there's nothing worse than being stuck on the side of the road with a flat tire. So
let us know. Are these?
It has nothing to do with being without power, but check your tires, keep some fresh water in your tank, check your batteries, make sure they're good.
Get you a generator if you need one, because it sucks being out of power.
And check your propane tanks, make sure they're full, because you never know when you're going to need that propane because the power might go out.
So let us know, these Tuesday Talks tips helping you guys? Are you learning anything?
Is there a tip you want to know something about? Maybe you don't know there's a tip, but is there something that you think there's got to be an easier way to do?
Or if you have a tip for us, because we're always looking for other ideas and make it easier on the road. So
anything that makes it easier is great.
How about if I just leave you at home?
That would not be easier. You would not know what to do without me. He knows it. I'm sure y'all know it too.
I know it. But anyway, guys, that's it for this Tuesday Talks for RVers. So the next time you find us out of power, struggling to get the generator started, helping somebody else get their camper cool.
Safe travels, y'all.